The US government has been pretty slow to adopt crypto. They have been delaying Bitcoin ETF after ETF. There's over a dozen applications that have been submitted for approval. 0 of them have been approved. Same with Ethereum. But behind the scenes, we're seeing actually a lot of US senders actually buy into crypto, and not just Bitcoin. They're buying into some of the most surprising altcoins out there, including Dogecoin, including Cardano, including Ethereum, and many more. So in today's video, we're going to go over exactly what these US senders have come out within the last 2 weeks alone and said what they've purchased. We're going to go over exactly the amounts they purchased. We're going to talk about what coins they purchased. After that, we also have a lot of big news coming out for crypto this week. We're going to talk about what's going on over the next couple of weeks with crypto, key dates that could have major catalysts, could be major catalysts, and we can see a lot of movement up or down. Some of them happening this week, some of them happening next week. And at the end, we're also going to talk about a couple of major IPOs that are happening in the crypto world with a major crypto exchange, and this one actually is going to have the same president as the New York Stock Exchange, left the New York Stock Exchange, and he's going to be the president of this brand new crypto exchange, competing with Coinbase, competing with Binance, and I think you guys are really going to like this. So if you enjoy this sort of content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe. We go live every single morning. Weekends, it's usually around 9:30 or 10 a.m. Weekdays, every single weekday, we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Also, if you want to see exactly what stocks I'm buying and selling in real time, you can go ahead and follow me on public.com. It's completely free to follow me. It's like a Twitter combined with a Robinhood. Actually, one of my favorite investing app out there right now, because it's completely free to follow me. You can just follow me, and every time I make a purchase, it notifies you and you see it. So it's not like a Patreon. It's not any sort of paid thing. You could just follow me on that. But anyways, let's start off with the market. Let's look at what's going on with the market. And right now, we're seeing that the market is just relatively flat. We've been seeing the market very flat over the last couple of days. Bitcoin is at right around 33,800. Ethereum right at 2,100. Every single coin is basically just flat this morning. When we look at a couple of key technicals, I want to go over this first before we get into the major news with regard to US senators. But when we start looking at a couple of key indicators with Bitcoin, there are 2 or 3 things going on right now. So first of all, when we look at the daily chart, we've obviously been trading within this window between $30,000 support and about a $40,000 resistance over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Or no, over the last 2 months now, because it's been since about the middle of May, almost exactly 2 months now. And so we've been trading between this range. A couple of things I want to address before we get into some of the other big topics is going to be the moving average. So we always look at the 100-day moving average just as like an indicator of where are we going in, like where's the market trending right now? When we look at the 4-hour chart, we could see that we are hovering right around this 100-day moving average. And we've tried to break through it a couple of times over the last couple of weeks. We have just not been able to have a sustained break above that 100-day moving average. However, if we're able to, that would be a sign that we're entering a bull market and start entering a rally. And this was like a dip, a great opportunity to buy. If not, well, you know what? We still have that support at right around $30,000. And either way, we're going to see some sort of catalyst come out, whether positive or negative, soon enough, because we've been trading sideways for 2 months now. And it's only a matter of time before we either see some good news come out of a country making Bitcoin legal tender, or a company investing in Bitcoin. And that could be the catalyst that we need. With regards to one more technical indicator that I do want to look at is with regards to it's called the Puell multiple, and also what's going on with Bitcoin whales. So right now we're seeing something called the Puell multiple flashed a buy signal, flashing that we had reached the bottom of the market. We talked about this the other day, but this could be just artificial, and it could be a little bit misleading, because every single time we have reached this buy zone, this green zone right here, that has been a sign that we are reached the bottom of the market and that we are going to enter a bull run. We've only reached it 5 times ever in the history of Bitcoin, but the difference is that this Puell multiple tracks Bitcoin mining, and over the last 2-3 weeks, we have seen a major reduction in prices of Bitcoin mining. mining, and as a result of that, a major reduction in difficulty of Bitcoin mining. And as a result of that, what we have seen is this multiple has dropped significantly, and that's mainly due to what's going on in China. So while a lot of people are looking at this multiple saying that we could be at the bottom of the market, it's a great buying opportunity, it's a little bit of a misleading indicator this time around, because the only reason we're in the buy zone is because China outright banned Bitcoin. If they didn't ban Bitcoin, we wouldn't have seen. You could see it dropped straight down, almost a vertical line directly down. So either way, that's what the multiple is saying. We're reached the bottom of the market. We're in a buy zone, but I think it could be a bit misleading just because the only reason we're in the buy zone is because of what happened in China. And lastly, before we get into what's going on with the US government, I want to talk quickly about what's going on with Bitcoin whale accounts. And this is actually a lot of good news, a lot of positive activity, a lot of optimism, I feel, with what's going on with whale accounts. So right now, new Bitcoin entities have been nearing all-time highs as we have seen Bitcoin whales add over 60,000 Bitcoin on a single day on July 3rd. And every single day over the last couple of days, almost about a week, we have seen 50,000 new Bitcoin entities added every single day. And when we're looking at it in terms of whale accounts, there were 17 new whale accounts, which is over, it's between like 100, depends who you ask, but this one is over 100 Bitcoin. There were 17 new whale accounts birthed on the blockchain this week alone, while the same amount, while the overall holdings of Bitcoin whale accounts increased by 65,000 Bitcoin. So essentially what this means is, look, Bitcoin whales are adding hundreds of millions, billions of dollars in Bitcoin. They added 65,000 Bitcoin in the last week. They added 60,000 Bitcoin on July 3rd. They're continuing to add thousands of Bitcoin every single day, and we're seeing new whale accounts pop up every day. So that's a sign that the big money players are getting involved. They're seeing a lot of optimism in the market, and they're very bullish on what is going on. But now let's go over what is going on with U.S. senders, the U.S. government, and everything going on there. So just the other day, within the last 24 hours, we saw a new U.S. sender that just came out and said that he invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum via Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and Grayscale Ethereum Trust. So Senator Pat Toomey, major U.S. sender, he's gotten a lot of talks between stimulus checks over the last year, between a couple of other bills that he's been a part of. And what he said is that according to a recent filing with the U.S. government, the U.S. Senate, he revealed his investments and says, look, on June 14th, 2021, he bought Grayscale Ethereum Trust. We don't know the exact amount, but we know it's between $1,000 and $15,000. That's like the range that he picked when he was completing the document for the U.S. Senate. In addition to this, he also purchased GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, on June 15th for the same amount, about $1,000 to $15,000. You can see right here. And this is interesting because this is not the first time we're seeing a U.S. sender come out within the last 2 weeks and talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even some smaller altcoins. Within the last 2 weeks, there have been 3 different senders who have come out and said that they have bought more Bitcoin, or they are suggesting and recommending people to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and other altcoins. And this is very exciting because when we're looking at this, in my opinion, it's like the people who run the government in the US are saying that they are some of the people are saying they're pro Bitcoin, they invest in Bitcoin, they like crypto in general. And that's great news for the entire crypto market, because the only way we're going to see prices continue to increase is with regulators in the US approving Bitcoin ETFs, putting regulations into place so large institutions, large investment banks feel comfortable investing in crypto. Because right now, most people in the US don't invest in crypto. Only 6% of people in the US invest in crypto, and very few institutions do. We see like Tesla, Square, MicroStrategy, and really that's like, there's a handful of them. There's a handful of companies, Fortune 500 companies that invest in Bitcoin. And so it's good to see when people in the Senate are investing directly into crypto. But not only is Senator Pat Toomey investing in Grayscale Ethereum Trust and Bitcoin Ethereum Trust, he didn't make major purchases, but the other thing we got to remember is that he probably already owns more. And we saw within the last week or so that another U.S. senator advised people to buy, hold, and save Bitcoin for retirement. as the economy continues to get more money printed out from stimulus packages, from infrastructure bills. And either way, she's very bullish on crypto. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis came out in the CNBC Financial Advisor Summit just the other day and responding to a question about what her ideal crypto future would look like. She said that I would like to see cryptocurrency like Bitcoin become part of a diversified asset allocation that are used in retirement funds and other opportunities for people to save for the future. She said not only would she like to see retirement funds investing in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that are good stores of value, but she said that she'd also like to see individuals be able to use Bitcoin and crypto of their preference that are safe, that have met the hurdles of Anti-Money Laundering and Bank Secrecy Act, and be able to use these wherever they want. She said right now for her, it's a great store of value. She's bought Bitcoin in the past. She's holding Bitcoin. And actually, the first time she got into Bitcoin was at $330 per coin. She said her first Bitcoin was purchased at $330. So she has been in this for years, probably since 2013, 2014, because Bitcoin hasn't seen a price of $330 in a long, long time. So this is exciting to see that not only Pat Toomey, one U.S. senator, but another one has said, look, I've been bullish on Bitcoin for years and years, and I'm continuing to add to my position. She said right now she encourages people to save Bitcoin for their retirement, for their future. And because Congress continues to spend trillions and trillions of dollars, it's going to flood the world economy, the U.S. economy, with more money. And a lot of that money she sees, especially with younger people, going into crypto. And then finally, the last U.S. senator that we just saw come out and talk about crypto was with regards to a senator from Alabama named Barry Moore. Well, he's not a senator. He's a U.S. representative, And is he a senator? No, he's just in the House of Representatives. And essentially what he did is Barry Moore came out, filed the same document that they have to file with whether they're in the House or the Senate. He filed the same document, and he said, look, he purchased Cardano on May 11th of this year. So that's at a higher price than it is now. He said he also purchased more Cardano on May 13th, May 10th. He purchased Dogecoin on June 13th and Ethereum on May 5th. So we see all of these purchases. This isn't someone who's just saying, oh, I believe in Bitcoin and I'm just going to stay in the biggest, most popular coin. No, this is someone who says, I believe in Cardano, even Dogecoin, and Ethereum. These are big cryptos. They are in the top 10, but someone who's saying they're investing in Dogecoin or Cardano and being a U.S. senator, that shows that they are very bullish on crypto. And this all helps. As we see more and more U.S. senators come out and say that they're investing in crypto, it's going to help with more regulations passed that would help the crypto market and help all of us who already have money in crypto. So it's exciting to see that two U.S. senators, one person in the House of Representatives have come out within the last 2 weeks alone and have all said that they have purchased either Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, or Dogecoin. So 4 out of the top 10 cryptos, we have seen that representatives and senators have already purchased, and this doesn't even take into account exactly what they've already owned. So this senator, Barry Moore, he said he purchased between $1,000 and $15,000 each of these times. He purchased either Cardano, Doge, or Ethereum. So it's not like crazy money. It's not millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands, but I would think it's not his first time buying crypto, and it's not the first time that, and I'm sure a lot of these representatives, a lot of senators already own Bitcoin, already own Ethereum, and we're just starting to see that they're buying more. So we're getting these reports, we're getting these documents being released to us. So it's exciting to see that. Either way, though, this congressman, Barry Moore, he purchased Dogecoin when it was much higher than it is now, when it was around 32 cents per coin. He purchased Cardano when it was much higher than it is now. He purchased it at $1.76, $1.55, and $2 per coin. And he also purchased Ethereum when it was around $4,000 per coin. So obviously, he believes in it for the long term. He's not sold it that we know of. No documents have been released yet. But we're seeing that even though he bought much higher than it is now, it's all about like dollar cost averaging, which is like, buying consistently over time, no matter if the price goes up, no matter if the price goes down. And me personally, it's just exciting to see that U.S. senators, U.S. representatives are buying crypto and not just Bitcoin. They are buying like altcoins that are a fraction as large as Bitcoin. And it's just exciting to see, because this is what we need to get more regulations, more laws passed that are going to make institutions comfortable with actually investing in it as well. So that's what I think. Right now, we're seeing that there are about a dozen or so Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs that have been sent for approval to the SEC. None of them have been approved yet, but what we are seeing is that they have continued to delay decisions, and as they delay decisions, more and more companies are coming out filing with the SEC for approval with Bitcoin or Ethereum ETF products. We have seen that ARK Invest has come out over the last couple of days, filed for a Bitcoin ETF. We have seen that a couple of other companies like Vanek, Valkyrie, Wisdom Tree, all of these companies have filed for Bitcoin or Ethereum ETFs as well. And while they have been delayed, I think it's just going to be a matter of time before we see them actually go ahead and approve one of them. Someone is saying that also there's a representative in Ohio named Warren Davidson. Someone says that he also owns crypto. I haven't seen the official documents yet, but some people in the chat, some people are talking about him owning crypto. So obviously I've seen that he is pro crypto. We could see right here that he has been involved in a couple of bills that are pro crypto, but I don't know any exact amounts or exact cryptos that he has purchased. But there are definitely a lot of people in the US government who are pro crypto, want to get regulations passed to help the entire crypto world. Moving on, let's talk about what's going on in Malta with crypto.com. So everyone always is like, why does Malta matter? Why does Thailand matter? Why does Nigeria? Like, you don't care about what's going on in those countries, but ultimately it's going to help everyone all around the world as we see more countries, more places start to become more accepting of crypto. And what we saw is that crypto.com officially became Malta's first ever licensed digital currency exchange to offer bank transfers. And this is important because Malta is a place that, according to studies, had seen more than $70 billion of crypto moved through the country over the past years when regulations weren't as strict. Some people say that estimate might be a little high, but either way, what we know is that billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars have been flowing through the country in crypto over the last couple of years. And right now, crypto.com has become the first ever digital asset exchange to receive approval from the Malta Financial Services Authority, the MFSA. And this is a big deal because it's going to allow the firm to issue cards, to allow for people to transfer money from their banks to the exchanges. And this is going to make it so much easier and like legitimately, legally for everyone to send crypto to, to send money to crypto.com and that platform. According to the CEO of Crypto.com, he said that we've been committed from day one to build a fully regulated business. Working with regulators is the best way to fulfill our mission of accelerating the world's transition to cryptocurrency, being the first global currency platform, cryptocurrency platform to receive an EMI license from the Malta Financial Services Authority. It's a major milestone for the industry as a whole. And what we're seeing is that, yes, this is so important moving forward because one of the biggest issues that we have seen over the last couple of days is with Binance. Last couple of weeks, Binance has not received the approvals they've needed in multiple countries. In Ontario, Canada, they've been banned. In the UK, they've been banned. We are seeing major banks ban people from sending money to Binance. And it's not just happening in the UK, in Canada, it's happening in South Africa, in Asia, like in Thailand. It's happening all over the world with Binance because Binance is the largest cryptocurrency platform in terms of trading volume, but they haven't received all of the proper certificates and approvals that they needed in all of these countries. Really, in my opinion, it's because they've been around probably longer than most other crypto exchanges. Like I used Binance back in 2017, but I think it's that they've been around for a long time, so they were in these countries before crypto was big, and then they didn't always have all the necessary certifications, and then they didn't take the necessary steps when it was required. So now like Binance is getting banned from so many countries. Banks are banning people from sending money to it. We have seen that TSB Bank has banned people from sending money to Binance. We have seen that a couple of other major banks have prevented people from sending money, like Barclays. So I think it's great that we're seeing Crypto.com receive all the necessary licenses, all the necessary approvals in every single region they're going to, because, if they receive the approvals, it's going to help out moving forward, and it's just going to help continue to grow the entire industry. So Malta, they're the first company ever to receive all of the necessary approvals for people to send money from banks to crypto exchanges. Right now, there's about $70 billion each year over the last couple of years that have flowed through Malta for crypto. And right now, there are only about 26 companies total that have applied for these licenses, but Crypto.com is the first. Speaking of countries and what's going on overseas, Thailand is also seeing a massive explosion in the adoption of crypto as a means of payment. And regulators are getting worried because regulators are saying that there are a lot of risks and associated with accepting crypto as a form of payment. They said that they're cautioning people on the use of digital assets as a means of payment for goods and services. And they said that they have, like they've said multiple times, they said, should the use of digital assets as a means of payments for goods and services become widespread, the Bank of Thailand will coordinate with the SEC and other regulated agencies to take the necessary measures to ensure that they do not pose extensive risks to the general public or to the economic and financial system. The Thai SEC has recently banned crypto exchanges from providing services related to meme coins, from providing services for fan tokens and NFTs. And this was about early June that they did this. They had banned meme coins, fan tokens, NFTs, and really things that don't have real world utility or practical use applications. They banned them entirely from trading on crypto exchanges. This was in a new set of rules that they published back on June 9th, 2021. And so now what we're seeing is that even though they have put these bans in place to ban coins, let's say like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or all these new meme coins, what they are doing is that people in the country are obviously still very pro crypto, because what we've seen that even with these bans, that people still want to pay and want to use crypto as a form of payment, because the Bank of Thailand says that a number of companies are asking for payments in crypto with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they've been getting a lot of requests. A lot of people have been talking about it. And so even though they say it's risky and they're cautioning people to, be aware of all the risks associated with potential fraud, cyber theft, money laundering, or price volatility, they said that despite all those risks, people are still very excited about using crypto as an actual currency. And the good thing is the way they've responded, actually, in my opinion, is pretty good. Like they said, look, if people seem to like to use crypto more in the future, what we're going to do is we're going to work with the SEC in Thailand, and we're going to make sure that people are protected. They didn't say we're going to ban it outright. They said that, look, if the use of digital assets as a means of payments for goods and services becomes widespread, they're going to take the necessary measures to protect people from losing money. So in my opinion, this is great. This is great because they didn't say, oh, we're banning crypto. If people start using it as a form of payment, we're going to ban it outright. No, they said, look, people use it. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to make sure that people are protected and nothing is going to happen to people's money. We're going to try our best to protect people from cyber theft or money laundering or some sort of fraud. They're going to do their best to protect people. And I think that's a much better stance than saying, oh, we're going to ban it outright. They're just saying, okay, look, the natural progression, if people use it, we'll put regulations in place to protect people. If people don't really use it, well, we'll just leave it how it is. So I think that's a pretty good stance, rather than say we're going to just ban it outright if it starts to compete with the currency in Thailand. Next up, I want to go over a major IPO that's going to be happening, and this IPO is not so important in the sense that it's a huge crypto exchange, but the thing that's important is who's going to be the new CEO. Because what we heard is that Bullish, which is a cryptocurrency exchange, is preparing to launch and go public on the new go public on the New York Stock Exchange. And this is important. The cryptocurrency is called Bullish, but it's not important because we're seeing a new cryptocurrency exchange, because there's a lot of them. We have Kraken, Gemini, Coinbase, Binance. We have Bitstamp. We have so many of them. Like, I can't even name all of them. But the important thing here is that what we're seeing is that Bullish cryptocurrency, is the name of the platform, is they're going to be going public via a SPAC merger. They're going to be merging with Far Peak Acquisition Corp, FPAC. And the important thing here is that as a result of this merger, when they go public later in this year, what's going to happen is their new CEO is going to be the former New York Stock Exchange president, the person who used to be the president of the New York Stock Exchange, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, has complied with all U.S. regulations. It is one of the most established in the U.S. He was the president of the New York Stock Exchange. He's going to be the CEO of Bullish. And then the former CEO of the company is going to be, he's going to be appointed the chairman. So when I see this, I see not just an exchange that's going public and a new way for you to invest. Like Coinbase, you can invest in that. But I see this as an exchange that has all the experience of someone who has run the New York Stock Exchange, who knows how to work with regulators, who has had success in the past building and managing a huge, like, multi-trillion-dollar exchange every single year. And he's also obviously very bullish on crypto. He has come out and said recently that crypto, he said, could exceed gold, but it would need to be accepted more as a currency. And this is a recent interview that he did on CNBC. Thomas Farley, he's going to be the new CEO of this company called Bullish Cryptocurrency that's going public on the New York Stock Exchange. He's going to be the new CEO, and he had spoken about what he predicts for Bitcoin in the future. He said Bitcoin's a very volatile asset class, in part because it's just a new asset class, but he says that long term, he thinks that we are going up in Bitcoin. He says for the next 5 years, he thinks it's going to be a lower left to upper right trend. And he said right now, he thinks that Bitcoin's upper end is $10 trillion market cap. He doesn't see it passing gold just yet. He sees that the only way it could pass gold is if it becomes a currency. I don't think that's important. Like, this is what he thinks. The important thing is look, if you're going to be looking to get into a new exchange or like a new stock, let's say other than Coinbase, I'm definitely going to be looking closely at this. You can invest in it now. It's going to be called FPAC. I'm going to look at it closely over the next couple of days, see what goes on. I might wait till after the merger is complete, so later in the year, but I'll see, because a lot of times with these SPACs, they get so overvalued so quickly before the merger is even confirmed. So I'll let you guys know what I do, and if you want to see exactly when I buy or if I buy, make sure to follow me on public.com. Just use the code Michael, and it's just like a Twitter combined with a Robinhood. So if you want to see it, when I buy it on there, you'll get notified, and it's like free to follow me. So just check out public.com, and I'll let you guys know if I buy this, when I buy this, because having that sort of leadership, the former CEO of the New York Stock Exchange, my opinion, is something that could definitely compete with the likes of Coinbase moving forward. He also said that right now, he sees us as being in like the first or second inning of the cryptocurrency market. He says he's thrilled to be joining the Bullish team, and his goal is to revolutionize the future of digital assets through cutting-edge financial technologies. And what he says is that right now, and over the last 6 to 12 months, we've seen an increased interest from institutional players and sophisticated traders. He says as a result of this, they want to make sure that institutions can easily invest in crypto. They want to make sure that the exchange infrastructure that we see today is built upon, improved upon, and he thinks with his experience from the New York Stock Exchange, he can make crypto exchanges even better, more secure, and comply with any regulations that might deter institutions from getting involved. So we'll see what happens, but this is something, in my opinion, that is huge for crypto, very exciting. But yes, Nobert, this is an IPO. So this is going to be an IPO. Oh, no, it's not an IPO. It's a SPAC merger. So it's going public via a SPAC. So essentially, like, you can invest in it now. It's going to be FPAC. Once the merger is complete, well, then this crypto, like Bullish, the name of the company is Bullish, it's going to change from FPAC to something else. But you can invest directly in FPAC right now. It's the same as investing, let's say, in Lucid Motors. Lucid Motors right now It's traded under the stock ticker symbol CCIV. I believe the merger hasn't taken place yet, but once the merger does take place, the stock ticker symbol changes. So, my opinion, this is just something you definitely want to keep an eye out on. If you want to see what I'm doing, just follow me on public.com. But something exciting, something that could be a major competitor to Coinbase. Moving on, I want to talk about quickly what's going on with Ethereum, and then we're going to wrap it up with 2 specific dates. So first of all, Ethereum right now, Goldman Sachs is predicting that Ethereum can overtake Bitcoin in terms of market cap for a couple of different reasons, especially with all of the key events coming up in the next month to month and a half. So they say that Bitcoin right now, people treat it as a digital gold. It's great, but the problem is it doesn't have as many practical use cases. They don't have as many practical use cases. And the problem with that is there's so many other cryptos out there like Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, EOS. All these other cryptos have a lot of practical use cases. For example, Ethereum has DeFi, decentralized finance applications, smart contracts, NFTs. And as a result of that, they're going to be able to just have thousands of projects built upon it, more use cases in real life, and as a result, Goldman Sachs sees Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin in terms of market cap simply because of the utility of Ethereum and all the major use cases that it has. In addition to this, the other things going on with Ethereum is everyone complains about Bitcoin not being energy efficient, and it's not. It's not energy efficient. It's not great for the environment. But Ethereum right now is undergoing major upgrades that are going to make it significantly more energy efficient, such as its ETH 2.0 upgrade and also its London hard fork. London hard fork is a major upgrade that's taking place, and that is going to be on August 4th, which is just about a little over three weeks from now. And we're going to see the EIP 1559 upgrade. We're going to see a couple of other upgrades, and all of these upgrades that Ethereum is going to be implementing on August 4th with the London hard fork and over the next 6-7 months with ETH 2.0 are all going to make Ethereum more energy efficient. It's going to make Ethereum more of a deflationary asset, meaning that has more of a hard cap on the total number of supply, and also it's just going to make it more likely that institutions are going to pick that over picking investing in Bitcoin. But so that's what's really going on with crypto right now. A couple of key dates that you need to keep in mind are going to be, first of all, the key dates moving for this week is going to be GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, has its unlocking event. And this takes place every single month. But the key thing about this time is that's the biggest it has ever been. Over $500 million will be unlocked in Bitcoin. And essentially what this is if you buy Grayscale Bitcoin Trust as an institution, you can't sell it for 6 months. You have to hold it for 6 months. So that means everyone who bought it back in January is now going to be able to sell it when it's unlocked on July 18th. So on July 18th, GBTC unlocking will take place. Some people are worried that this is going to negatively impact crypto because now everyone who bought it back in January can sell, all these institutions. The thing is, I don't think this is going to have negative impacts, even though $500 million is going to be able to be sold. But the reason I don't think it's going to have a big impact is because most people who bought back in January are losing money right now. January prices were higher than they are today. So as a result of this, I don't think we're going to see any of them sell. Companies like ARK Invest bought back into GBTC in January. I don't think we're going to see any of them sell. So this is a date to keep an eye out for because there's a potential that companies can sell Bitcoin, but I don't think they will sell it simply because if they bought back into GBTC back in January, they're probably bullish on it long term and they're not going to want to take a loss. The second date to keep in mind, so that's July 18th, GBTC unlocking July 18th. The second date's going to be with Ethereum, the London hard fork. It's scheduled for August 4th. That's going to be when we have the full EIP 1559 upgrade, which is going to make Ethereum a deflationary asset. And there's 4 other upgrades that are going to take place then. So those are something you're going to need to keep an eye out for as well. So July 18th, GBTC unlocking. I personally don't think it's going to have negative impacts because I don't see the institutions that bought back in January as being companies that would sell GBTC now, especially since they're at a loss. Like ARK Invest bought about $100 million in January. They predict Bitcoin's going to reach 500,000 per coin, so I don't think they're going to sell. Other companies that bought it back in January, I don't think they're going to sell either because they're losing money. And then the other upgrade is August 4th. Other date is August 4th, 2021, going to be EIP 1559 upgrade and other upgrades, part of the London hard fork. So anyways, that's what's going on with crypto. If you guys are new here, make sure to with that Grace GBTC, a couple of questions I'm getting in the chat. The GBTC unlocking, all it means is now they can sell it. It doesn't mean they lose it. It just means now they're going to hold it the same way as they had for the last 6 months, but now they could just sell it whenever they want. If they want to sell it a week from now, they could sell it a week from now. If they want to sell it a month from now, they could sell it a month from now. But again, I don't see them selling it because they're all at a loss because of Bitcoin's price dropping, and they're all bullish long term. So that's what's going on with crypto. If you guys want to follow me on public investing, you want to see exactly what I'm buying and selling in real time, make sure to just follow me on that. The link is pinned in the top of the chat right here. Also, it's in every single video in the description as well, and I'll put it in the comments. But that's what's going on. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you think about U.S. senators buying crypto, what you think about these upgrades, these key dates. I hope you guys enjoyed. We went a little earlier today. I know probably some of you guys are joining us a little late, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to put timestamps down below. Hope you have a